The criminal trial of former Transport Minister S. Iswaran, initially scheduled to commence on next week on 10 September, has been rescheduled to 24 September. A spokesperson for the Attorney General's chambers confirmed this change on 5 September, stating that both the defense and prosecution had jointly requested the adjournment. Because it was a joint request, the court acceded to it, said the AGC spokesperson. This delay follows the Court of Appeal's recent dismissal of Iswaran's third attempt to compel the prosecution to disclose all statements from its intended witnesses. The former PAP member for Parliament for West Coast, GRC, faces a total of 35 charges. These include 32 counts of obtaining valuables as a public servant, 2 counts of corruption, and 1 count of obstructing justice. The charges are linked to his interactions with property tycoon Ong Beng Seng and Lum Kok Seng, managing director of Lum Chang Holdings. The charges against Iswaran involve alleged dealings with Mr. Ong, including the receipt of various items such as tickets to the Singapore Formula One, F1 Grand Prix, football matches, and musical shows in Britain. Mr. Ong, credited with bringing the F1 race to Singapore, is also the chairman of race promoter Singapore GP. The prosecution alleges that these transactions, worth approximately 218,058.95 Singapore dollar, were influenced by Iswaran's role as chairman of the F1 steering committee. Additionally, Iswaran is accused of receiving valuable items such as bottles of whiskey, golf clubs, and a Brompton bicycle from Mr. Lum, with a combined value of approximately 18,956.94 Singapore dollar. These items were allegedly received while Mr. Lum was overseeing the T315 contract, which involved addition and alteration works to the Tanah Merah station and viaducts under Lum Chang Building Contractors and the Land Transport Authority. Earlier, Iswaran successfully petitioned to have his charges heard in a joint trial rather than separately. If convicted of obtaining valuable items as a public servant, Iswaran could face a prison sentence of up to 2 years, a fine, or both. Conviction under the Prevention of Corruption Act for corruptly obtaining gratification could result in a sentence of up to 7 years in prison, a fine of up to 100,000 Singapore dollar, or both. Additionally, if convicted of obstructing justice, Iswaran could be sentenced to up to 7 years in prison, a fine, or both.